All right, we're going to be talking about the top three current NBA players you would start a team with. We're going to be factoring in age and how they've done so far. So, rookies, everybody's eligible. We're not going to be including college players. So, we'll have Tim start off with his top three.
Well, first let's I'll list one, and then you go with your one. I think number one. Oh man, Giannis.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Giannis as well on that one.
He's doing. He's so young. He's so talented. I think Giannis is my first player to start a team with. I think you can surround him with some shooters where he can literally drive to the basket and shoot, pass out, and get some. He's built for success. If you put some great players around him, you could easily win a championship. He doesn't have a very, he's not very high on himself. He grinds really hard. Some of the things that have come out, he likes to practice. There was times where he would sleep in the gym on the floor. Because he wanted to continue to practice. He's just getting better, and it's just, there's a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, and he doesn't, as you mentioned, kind of have that ego that some of these big players have. And for somebody at that young and that good, that's great to see. So, he's going to continue to improve, and he's been great on defense, offense. His teammates seem to love him. And I think he's only 23 or 24, so...
Yeah, he's young.
So he's still young. He's not even in his prime yet, and he's always working on his shooting. He's willing to take shots. So he's setting up his teammates very well. So I think Giannis has to be number one. Who for you was the number two?
Number two. So it's so bad not to say Steph Curry. What he does for the Warriors. You see when he's not playing, even it's a team full of all-stars. So I would have to go with Steph Curry. He's just too talented not to list him in this top three, top four list of players I would start a team with. I would say Steph Curry. Still fairly young, very talented, could lead a team very well, and you see it with the Warriors.
Yeah, I think Steph is a good choice. For me, I think I would have to go with either Kyrie.
You one choice.
Yeah, I'll go with
either.
Kyrie. I think Kyrie, he's kind of changed his kind of tune from what he was in Cleveland, and I think what he's going through with Boston will just make him a better player. And he's still fairly young. He can carry a team, and he's not afraid of the big moment. He's taken big shots, and he's made them against the Warriors in the finals. He's won a championship, so you know what to expect from him. And he's one-on-one, he might be one of the most difficult players to guard in the NBA. So I think Kyrie, I would say, he's still fairly young as well. So he's somebody who you can build a team around and let him kind of control the team.
Okay, yeah, Kyrie is an amazing player, but I just have a hard time putting him over Steph because Steph does it all.
I agree. I think the thing that made me pick Kyrie over Steph is that Kyrie's still 26 and Steph is 30.
Is he 30?
Yeah, he's 30.
Oh, wow.
So I think that extra 4 years of just having a player in his prime will be beneficial.
Yeah, and the thing too that I guess you need to consider is Steph hasn't really faced a lot of adversity. He's played with a lot of all-stars. So he's had it a little easier than right now where Kyrie is. So it's he has had a tougher road. And that helps a lot when you're developing a player. My third player is, I would say, I really like Joel Embiid. He's great. He brings it back classic centers where he's very strong in the paint, but also he has some shooting. Very smart with the ball. And he's young. I like a solid center, and he's definitely one of the best in the NBA right now.
Since you picked Joel, and I was gonna go with Joel, I'm gonna go with Luka. Just because I think he just turned 20. So what he's doing at the age of 20 is just insane. He's setting up his teammates. He's scoring. He's not the fastest player, but he just scores almost at will. His step back looks dangerous. I think he's going to set up the Mavs for a very successful future. And as a rookie, he's kind of transcending what to expect from a rookie. So I would pick Luka. Joel, I think Joel is a good pick. The only thing that kind of scares me away from Joel is that he takes a lot of jump shots, and nobody can guard him in the post. So him kind of.
I think Luka's just a little early for me.
I can
Just a
see
little
that.
too early to be able to do that. I mean, there's other players that we completely missed, like Anthony Davis. He's 25, crazy
Yeah.
what he's doing with what he did with the Pelicans.
I think the only thing that scares me with Anthony Davis is his injury history.
Yeah.
I think you want a guy who's available for the majority of the season, especially the playoffs, and he's been injured. He's had quite a few injuries in his career. But I mean, if we're talking about some other rookies, I mean Trae Young, he's played very well, so he's somebody you can also look at. I think
Nikola Jokic,
Yeah, Nikola
23
Jokic.
years old, almost
Yeah.
averaging a triple-double.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I like Donovan Mitchell, but I don't think I would like to start a team around him. He's not a key, in my opinion. He's not a very key player.
I think-
Porzingis is good. I mean, obviously he's got hurt, so he's 23 years old. But I mean, he did tear his ACL, which really
that's just tough to rebound from.
Ben Simmons, another great player, I would say.
I think Ben Simmons
He needs to develop his shooting.
Yeah, he needs to develop his shooting. I don't think you can build around a guy who can't even shoot a free throw.
Yeah.
That's just difficult. I think if you put the correct players around him, he's going to look better than he truly is.
Oh, for sure.
So
And another one that we missed, 22-year-old Karl Anthony Towns. Boy, I mean, he's good. I don't really like him too much.
I don't like
he
his
likes to
attitude.
shoot. Yeah, he likes to shoot a lot. He's got an attitude. I was actually watching a game, and I can't use that as a judgment, but I was watching a game, and I saw it's towards the end of the game, and D Rose is asking for the ball at the top of the key, and he just puts his head down and is trying to dribble between two players. D Rose just ends up walking away, and you can kind of see that he's a little frustrated as he walked away. I mean, you're the center. Give the ball to your point guard. Let him make a play for you.
yeah, and then when Jimmy was on that team, he was pretty much bullying all of them, and I just don't see how you let Jimmy bully somebody like Karl Anthony Towns. I think Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think he has that mentality of Kyrie.
Yeah.
Or that mentality of kind of wanting to be dominant and great. I think his numbers are good, but I just don't know if that's something you want to build around.
Perfect. Well, that's what we think. What do you guys think about starting a team, and which player would you choose to do that with?